Hello and welcome to the B60 Top 4 show. Today we've got myself, Manny, and Sam joining the show, Nick as well. I guess we'll start with Chelsea, 2-0 win. How do you think the game went, Manny?
It went okay. Well, the result makes it seem like it went okay, but Burnley were putting us under a lot of pressure, like first part of the game. Do you know what I mean? It was away from home, like Turf Moor. It's one of them places. It's hard to go there and get a result.
You know what I
Uh,
mean?
what? Yeah, it's hard to go there and get a result. Do you know what I mean? When you go to these away grounds and these teams that have come up from the Championship. You're always trying to, you know what I mean, play that low block, and then they can get at you on the counter attack, and that's what they were doing. They were doing it really well. Um, but we kind of settled into the game. Ended up getting the goal with Neto. Um, Shout out to Andre Santos. You know what I mean? No Caicedo playing had a top game. I mean, that's the kind of play we thought we were getting from Strasbourg, not the one that's been showing up recently. So got to give a shout out to him. But yeah, just in terms of the game, Neto got the goal, and then um, Enzo Fernandez finished them off in the final few minutes. But um, yeah, apart from the first 15 minutes, it was probably a good performance, something you'd expect. But yeah, there's not really too much to say. I think we just got to keep it going. Obviously, it's always hard after the international break to kind of, do you know what I mean, get that kind of top performance of all the players coming back from international duty. But yeah, it's a good performance now and onto the next one.
Yeah, I think obviously playing Arsenal next week. Big top of the table clash now. We've been in second. Um,
Well, first is second, isn't it? So
yeah, it's an important game, important week for us as well. I think got obviously Bayern in midweek and then Chelsea. So I think this week's been like pivotal week after the international break. I think it's probably the toughest run of back-to-back fixtures we've had. So yeah, it'll be important. I'll move on to obviously the big one this weekend, North London Derby. Um, Sam, what did you think of the game?
Very good game, bro. Yeah, I feel like you see Tottenham, yeah, they didn't only one team come out to play in it. You see Tottenham packing the boss, and then we obviously we broke the low block. I feel like at the start we had to be patient. Obviously, we was against the low block. I felt like it was a good tactical moment as well from Arteta as well. You see that goal from when Trossard was coming onto the right hand side. Um, it was obviously interchanging with Saka, and then I thought Mourinho was really good as well that game. I think the first, was it the first goal that came from Mourinho when he dinked it into to Trossard. Yeah, you see Trossard, yeah. This guy, though, this guy is doing bits this season. Like, it's mad to think like a lot of Arsenal fans, including myself, was actually thinking maybe we should cash in on him and get like a Rodrigo or cash in on him and get an Eze. Obviously, we got Eze at the end, but we still kept Trossard. But overall, I thought it was. I think like Tottenham only had like two shots on target. XG was what 0.7 like go against. That's crazy, bro, to think, innit? So. Yeah, overall, I thought that there was the team played really well. I was really impressed with Marino. Rice is always solid. Trossard was top. Obviously, Eze, man, that hat trick. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was good. A really good game.
Yeah, I think yeah, it was a good game for Eze, I think. Obviously, I know he could have gone to Spurs in the summer. Um, but yeah, it was a good response to Thomas Frank. I know he said who is Eze in the press conference, but I think he knows who he is now, to be fair. But yeah, I think in all fairness, I don't really think Arsenal went out of second or third gear, to be honest with you. I think it was equally that Tottenham were poor as well as we played well. I don't think we were. It wasn't like a vintage attacking performance for us. I know Spurs started with five at the back, but I think defensively, there was some schoolboy errors, really. If you look at Eze's goal, there's no defender in between the post and the centre of the box, and you've got three centre backs. So it made it a lot easier for him. And I think, in all fairness, like you've seen from the Crystal Palace days, I think that's kind of the danger area where you have him if he's arriving late in the box or at the edge of the box, if he can beat a man and score. Of course, obviously the finishes were great, but I think Spurs defensively, I think they kind of got it wrong. I don't know whether tactically the five at the back didn't really suit them or it was just yeah, poor defending on the day. But even Bentancur and Paulinho as well. If you look at a lot of the goals that like Eze's got free run at the edge of the box, they haven't trapped back. I get that there's five at the back, but I think defensively, like I don't think it's good enough in a derby. I don't think it's intense enough. And I think after those two goals back to back at the end of the first half, I think Tottenham kind of down tools bar Richarlison producing a bit of magic. But yeah, I think I'd be disappointed if I was Spurs.
Yeah,
Just 'cause
he's even
not
with
even
that Eze, with
yeah,
that
I don't
Eze
even
job.
expect them to win, but it's more just like it's a North London derby. You want your players to be up for it, like show a bit of intensity. I think that's a bare minimum. Even if they lose the game, they get beat, they get played out of the park, fair enough. But I just think the intensity and the effort is kind of lacking from him. I don't know what that was. I think because when they played five at the back, they did quite well against PSG playing like that. They went and gave it a go and did well in the Champions League. So I was kind of expecting similar. Because I know a lot of people viewed it as a defensive thing, but I thought both your wing backs and like Spence could get forward. But um, I don't know. I just think I don't know. It's poor, really. I think there were some stats that Sky reeled off. I think so. Since Spurs have started playing since 2015-16 season, they played 392 Prem games. So shots, that was they got three shots, so that was like 390th out of 392 games. Their expected goals was 0.07, which is 391st since that. So it's basically their second worst in terms of expected goals. Touches in the box was four, second worst. Passing the opposition half, they had 120, which is 383rd, and then the pass in the final third was 52, which is 387th. So essentially, they've put in like, if not their worst, their second worst attacking performance in like 10 years in the Premier League. And it's a North London derby as well, so fair enough, you can say defensively they weren't good enough, but going forward, I don't think they were good enough either. Yeah, so I think I don't know. I'll get Nick's take on it, but I got to say, I think you must be pretty disappointed, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course it was disappointing, man. It's just it's like we didn't give ourselves a chance to win the game, and it was more about we're just moving hella worried about what Arsenal can do, what like you get how to stop Arsenal, how to nullify him. And that's the problem I got with Thomas Frank in it. So we've gone and appointed someone who's like the opposite because Ange wasn't like that. I said, despite the ups and downs, whatever, you man know, and I never wanted to get rid of Ange because there's something respectable and commendable by the way that he saw football in it, which was we'll play our game, win, lose, or draw. I feel like this is going to give us the best opportunity to win. But certain managers are more pragmatic where they'll manage every game one by one and they'll be I guess quite realistic in terms of the type of opposition that we're playing. But if you want to get and win the trophies, and I feel like to be fair, it sounds a bit mad because obviously you man outplayed us like every phase of the game. But how we went wrong is how I felt you guys have gone wrong in the past, like in the big games especially, where you've shown the opposition too much respect from the outset, and like you don't even give yourself a chance to win. You almost go in there to say, "Yo, I'll take a point. If we scrape a 1-0 off a corner or set piece or a mad goal, yeah, we'll take it." But like, yo, these big clubs, man, we've seen it with City over the years, Liverpool over the years, not necessarily this season with Liverpool, but the top sides, they'll go into every game thinking that they can win it. We didn't do that today. Not today, yesterday. But And it's not even like just the formation and it. The formation, yeah, five at the back. But like you said, right, you can flip that sometimes and maybe and actually you get what I mean, be a bit more attacking. But it was the personnel as well that he chose. The personnel that he chose signaled, yo, we're looking to shut up shop, be their defensive. Starting Spence over Porro, and as footballers, they're not they're not comparable. Porro is head and shoulders way better than him. The only thing that Spence can do that's better than Porro, and why he started the game of the weekend, he's a bit like he's better than him defensively, but everything else, keeping the ball under pressure, first touch, decision making, final ball, shot, ball striking. There's nothing else in the game of football that Jed Spence is better than Pedro Porro at. So again, he's done it to nullify whoever was on the right, which to me makes no sense because you know Arsenal not full strength. Yeah, you got Trossard there who ends up scoring, but he ends up scoring from like the centre. But it's not like the full strength. It's not like they got fucking Mbappe out there. You get me? Or Kvaratskhelia when we were playing PSG. But even against PSG, you still play Pedro Porro, and a lot of the attacking outlet came from Porro finding the strikers. So and then as you said as well, right, about Benton Cora and Paulinho. Benton Cora's played poor this whole season. Like I can't believe I don't even know the amount of times I've come on this podcast and said, "Yo, he's been the dud of the match. He's been like terrible X, Y, Z. He's been the knot of hot or not." You get me? So the fact that he's still playing him, like Paulinho deserves to play, but again, that's just two hella defensive midfielders. Again, just looking to be better defensive, not necessarily think about what we're going to do in possession, but more trying to nullify Arsenal. But it just backfired, didn't it? It just backfired because more time Arsenal even tried really go out wide like that. When they went out wide, they got joy, but pretty much through the middle, you like just carved us open. And then the last thing as well, you spent, I can't remember, is that 50, 60 mil on Xavi Simons? Yeah, he's been a lot of obviously Spurs haters or people who are not watching Spurs, they automatically just be thinking that he's played poor every game because he hasn't got the GA. But performances wise, he's been up there. Even when he came on in the second half yesterday, I thought it was okay. But you got like this the new record poster boy, and in the biggest game of the season so far, you drop him to go 5-5-4-1. It should just make no sense to me. But the game is on Thomas Frank, innit? Obviously, the players could have been better, but they weren't put in the right positions to succeed. From the very moment that game kicked off, it looked dark, bro. Like, from the very moment it kicked off, we didn't look like attacking, we didn't look like scoring, we didn't look like creating. It was just dead from there. And then also a good team, bro. They're at top of the league for a reason, and I see why. Obviously, my man, he wanted to be like obviously be cautious, but you can't be that cautious where we're moving like a championship team or a League One team. You know, you have to actually try and play your football as well, impose your game on the opposition as well, not just watch them because you're just gonna give them that much space, bro. They'll pick you apart. They got quality players, bro. They got mad strength in depth. Eze, 60 million, 50 million pound signing. He's gonna do that. That's what we wanted him. You get me? Like this is a serious baller. No matter how many injuries they've got the quality to still hurt you. And you did still. There's no complaints there, bro. You might have deserved it. Probably could have been more low key, but yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I know Frank said in his press conference after the game that he picked Wilson Odobert because I think he said he played well recently, so he picked him
No,
over.
he did still. Came on against you. I played well.
Yeah, so I think he said he picked Wilson Odobert over Xavi and Siemens for that reason. But I don't know. I think to be fair to him, he fronted up and he took kind of responsibility for the defeat, Thomas Frank. But I don't think all the blame lies on him, though. I think there's a
It
lack of
does. Of course,
effort.
it does. 100% it does.
No, but I
It
still
does, bro.
I don't think any manager takes a team out to play with that lack of intensity and effort, though. Like even basic things like Paulinho and Benteke. I know you're saying he's worried like defensively, but they didn't even do their job defensively.
No, but bro, because when did you score your first goal? It's not like you banged it in straight away. You get me? They held they held they held firm for about what was it, like 20, 30 minutes? Let me
It
get
was
it
like
up now.
36 minute, I think, Trossard scored.
Exactly, bro. That's what, 10 minutes almost to half time. And the score ended up being 4-1. You get me? So
No, but
between the
you can
36th
say
minute
that.
and the 46th minute,
You can
you
say
man
that.
scored three goals.
But I still think you can say that. But then 3 minutes in, Rice should have scored. He had that chance right in the middle of the box.
Well, yeah,
The
obviously teams are
line-
going to create chances, but for you to say that they didn't stop you, they stopped you for a good chunk of the actual game. Almost half of the game they were stopping you. But the problem was we had nothing on the other end in it. We like you just rattled off all them
yeah.
stats. Like we barely touched the ball in your half, let alone had shots on your goal. So if it's just constant attack v defense, a good team's going to break you down no matter who you are, no matter how many men you got back there. But you need to have some sort of outlet. You get me? You need to have man who can keep the ball. But he's talking shit, bro, because he's on about he played Wilson Odebert because he's played well recently. No, he had a good substitute appearance against Man United 3 weeks ago, and then he went to play for France under 21s. In my opinion, he played Wilson Odebert because he's got more pace than Xavi, and he's a transition player. He's not necessarily somebody who's gonna keep hold of possession like Xavi Simons would. Because if it was all about form, you wouldn't make that substitution at half time. Yeah, we're down 3-0, but if you truly believed that this is why you're playing them, you're not going to make that change that quick. He's been hella slow the whole season to make substitutions. It's not like he's one of these managers who makes substitutions better early. He's quite slow, again, pragmatic. But it's as simple as he got it wrong. Arsenal were already the better team, but he gave them a leg up when they didn't need any advantage. Just fucking respect him, yeah, but don't bow down to him before you've even started the game. It's just a mad mentality. You're never really gonna get anywhere with that. He's managing like he's fucking still at Brentford, bruv. Like, don't do that. Yeah, the stats are mad.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent, but I still think like I don't think the manager sets a team up to like defend. Like it was schoolboy errors when it came to defending.
No, the
Like,
work, bro. How
no, but if
the
you
work, bro.
watch all three of Eze's goals and name me one Tottenham defender within the yards within the post at the center of your pitch, and you got three at the back.
Bro, but that's because you gotta give credit though to what you guys are doing as well. You men are moving the ball side to side. They're defending constantly. They probably are tired. Like they are going to be obviously defending the whole game. You're going to be a bit lethargic, a bit tired, a bit slower to close down the space. Like when you play football, you feel that even when you're playing five-a-side or Sunday league, you can't defend for 94 minutes. You need to have an outlet. You need to have rest on the ball as well, rest in possession. But he just didn't put out the team to do that. He just wanted to play in transitions. And I hear what you're saying about, obviously, nobody puts out a team not to have intensity X, Y, Z. But the personnel that he chose, coupled with the formation that he chose, he went there to park the bus and shut up shop. There's no getting around that, bro. He got it completely wrong. Completely wrong.
No, but I agree, but I just think, like you said, he's gone there to park the bus and you conceded 4 goals. And it could have been
That's on him, bro.
yeah, but I still think, bro, you've got quality players. You've got Romero, Van de Ven, Pauline. These aren't crap players. But it's just like if you literally watch all the three goals, you can say it side to side. But bro, I've watched plenty of Arsenal games where plenty of teams play low block, and this is by far the easiest we ever carved a team open. And I'm genuinely in years. I've never like literally. I ended the game thinking if we could play against Spurs, we play like that I'd play them every week, bro. Like
No, but
genuinely,
bro, no. The problem is though,
it
what
was one ball.
you can't say we've had you rattled off all of those stats, yeah, about us not attacking, not doing anything, and then say we've played a low block, and then say you guys have had it easy without blaming the manager because who set up the low block was the manager. You get me? So and playing a low block, you know you're not going to have that much impetus going forward. You get me? So you can't have it both ways. It's either you play a low block, um, but obviously you remain like firm, or you go attacking and you actually try and score and get the ball in their opposition. You can't have a low block and also have these mad six stats coming forward. It's either or. You can't just do both.
No, but what I'm saying is like you didn't have
Go
a,
on.
it wasn't like you played a low block, was solid defensively, and then you played on transition. Like you couldn't even keep the ball. Like
Yeah, exactly, because of the
yeah,
personnel.
I don't know. I think you had enough personnel on the pitch personally to play better than you did. Like
No, for sure, for sure. Obviously, I'm not completely absolving like the players of the blame. At the end of the day, they're the ones who are kicking ball and they're the ones on the pitch. But the man, from that, bro, you watch the game. From yeah, we took time to concede, but it felt like it was coming. You get me? Even from like that Rice chance, and that's on the manager, bro. No matter what tactic that you've got, even when Mourinho used to stink up the place, you get me, and play like part the bus. You still feel like if they get some sort of transition, if they get some sort of like attack, they're gonna at least create a chance. They've got some sort of patterns. There was no time yet until we conceded that goal and we had to change the system. Do we feel like we were actually going to create a chance or score? And now, again, when you look at the time stamp of the goals, you scored. It's not like you were peppering shots or literally hitting the bar, hitting the post. You had the Rice chance early on, fairs, and then you scored 3 goals in like a 5, 6 in-game minutes. Like it all come bam, 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 bam. And then obviously heads drop X, Y, Z. Again, it was that tiny bit of difference that just changed everything. And for me, that's because we had no outlet going forward. We had no change. And then by the time it's 3-0, it's wraps. You're not coming back from 3-0 against a good team.
yeah, but I get what you're saying, but I kind of have to say like I disagree. I agree you should have an outlet, but whether you had an outlet or not, if you're conceding 4 goals, you're not going to win the game. Like you've got to
Well,
have if you're going to have an
so how
outlet,
would
you've
you
got to
do
have a
it though?
base.
How would you do it then? How would you do it differently? If you were like Frank,
Do you know what? I'll be honest. I playing against us, I probably would have set up a similar way because I've seen
nah,
plenty of
that's
teams do it.
crazy.
If you watch Sunderland the week
You're not
before,
that good.
exactly the same
You're not
thing.
that good, bro.
No, but Sunderland, yeah, but they played with fight and spirit. Like if you watch the Sunderland
This is
performance,
Tottenham, though.
in
This is
terms of
Tottenham
energy of the
Hotspur. It's not.
players,
It's not.
yeah, but it was a
It's
different
not
level.
Sunderland.
But where was that game though? Was the Sunderland game at Emirates or at their ground?
No, it was at their ground, but
Exactly. That's what that massive difference.
I
no,
don't, I
like, no, but
don't,
that's not the point I'm making. I'm on about the effort of the players. And Sunderland don't have as good as the Sunderland's players aren't as good as Spurs'.
no, I can't
It's
lie.
the effort and the application. Spurs, like Sunderland, made it a battle. They fought for everything, won every draw. You won
No,
nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, Ryan. I kind of low key agree with Nick. I feel like I hear what you're saying about the effort and this and that, but like watching the game, I just feel like Thomas Frank got it all wrong from when they started. Like you could tell from like the first 5 minutes that it was a matter of time before Arsenal was going to score. He had to change
Yeah, facts.
the team. If you don't like, it was just wave after wave of attack. He should have definitely changed it to probably a 4-back, something more comfortable for the players. Cause from the do you know when you've got like I don't even know what the word is, like the flow of the game. Like you could tell, like if it like
Momentum.
I was even chatting to you about it, Ryan. Like the game, it was from when the first goal came in. It was only going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. Like obviously, Richarlison got his goal, but like yeah, I think the setup was definitely all wrong. And and another reason to kind of prove that is the fact that you've seen it in different games in the season when they've played against, I think, was it Everton away, City away. Thomas Frank, he's got the setup right. So, yeah, I think he just got it completely wrong against Arsenal and they paid the price.
Yeah, I think the setup might have been wrong, but I still think like they played as badly because it was compounded by like players' error as well. Like even the first goal, they gave Moreno so much time. He had the time to turn, pick his head up, flip
But
the.
Ryan, what you don't understand yet is if you've been playing that way for the whole game, like just shifting side to side defensively, the X, Y, Z. Man are gonna get tired. Man are gonna lose the, like concentration for a split second. Yeah, and then obviously you guys have got quality players to punish them. Like you know, to be expected to do that the whole time without any respite. Yeah,
Mm.
to take your team upfield and rest whilst attacking. It's hard, bro. It's hard for regular guys, same as professionals. It's hard for anybody to concentrate for that long without making any mistakes. What we're gonna do? Just like keep a brick wall in front of the fucking thing for the whole game. You can't do that. That's what I mean about Frank got it wrong. I hear your point. Yeah, teams will come back. Will come to the Emirates. Top teams set up a low block. I'm not saying you do Angie's mad tactics where everyone's on a halfway line and then you go, let's go band for band and then whoever wins. I'm not saying that at all, bro. I'm saying give them a formation that they're used to, 4-2-3-1. We haven't played three at the back since August when we played PSG. And PSG, bro, they're a completely different profile team to what yous like are. They're a bit more pace and power. They're not really as finesse as you men are. They actually are a bit more transition compared to what you like yesterday were just possession. But anyway, my point was give them a formation that they're used to. If you want to play Benson, Coram, Paulinho, Fairs, they're two destroyers in midfield. You want to lock that down, Fairs. The biggest problem that I had was playing three centre backs, Danso, yeah, because you took him off at half time as well. So that shows you that he knows he got it wrong. And leaving out Chavi Simmons and Ordas winger. Odegaard, if you want to start him, whatever, change the game against United, start him or start Brennan Johnson. It doesn't matter. They're both about as good as each other. But don't, like, again, by just having that one extra defender on compared to like a Travis Simmons, you've got one less ball carrier, you've got one less person who can hold the ball onto that, like, hold possession, and you've got one less attacker. Because that first half, bro, all we were doing was just fucking, we'll get the ball back, let's say we do a good defensive play. We'll give it to Van der Ven, or we'll pass it around the back for a bit, and then we'll just hoof it up top. Isn't that the truth, though, bro? And we'll hoof it up top. You man get it back down. It's another attack. It was just like that all the time. That's on the system. That's three defenders, five defenders at the back, and just stop playing Jed Spence as well, bro. That guy is just not. He's just overhyped. He's not that good.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying completely. I think, yeah, you clearly don't know how to play in a back five because I just think if you look at your shape defensively, the spaces in between. What I'm getting at is there was a constant space in the center of the pitch between your centre back and your left centre back the whole time. Trossard got in behind. Literally every goal was caused by it. Trossard got in behind for the goal. Then all of Eze's goals are all from the centre of the pitch. Like, Sam, I don't know if you've watched us play all season, but we never score goals through the middle. Like, we may say, oh, we rely on set piece goals, whatever, but like literally most of our goals are coming from out wide. In all fairness, like, I don't know if you're worried about Saka and Timber on the right because they're very productive, but if you watch every single one of Eze's goals, it was exactly the same thing every time.
But
Pass,
so you,
right-hand
bro,
side
so
of the
you
pitch.
agree with me? You agree with me because we don't play that formation.
But I'm
We
saying
haven't played it
it's not
since
just the system,
PSG.
though. I think there's plenty of teams that played back five against us and frustrated us. I think it's more the fact that you defended poorly as well. I don't think you can say it's all on Thomas Frank. I think the players are
But
just.
bro, you've just said it. You just said we don't have to play in the back five, and I agree, bro. We don't play that formation. We haven't played it since August, bro, against PSG in a one-off game. Like, that's what I'm saying. I completely agree with that. There was bare spaces in the middle. Like, you can have man back there, but if they're not covering the right spaces, you're not actually going to do anything. You get
I
me?
I agree with Nick, because like you said, if they've not played that formation for like since August,
Mm.
so in a big game like that, if you're going to play that formation, the players aren't going to be used to it. That's got to be on Thomas Frank. You've got to play to your team's strength, even though it's a big game.
No,
You
no.
got scared, bro. You got scared of Arsenal.
Yeah, fair. I think, I suppose like that negativity kind of showed in the performance as well, I guess. But yeah,
You man punished us though. Honestly, credit to you, man, though, because like you said though, you man adapted. Like you had players out injured, and this bro, there's a quick punch up. There's light work for you, so fairs.
no, I think yeah. To be fair, I don't like I said. I don't think we went out of second or third gear. I think in a work way, I think yeah, maybe playing in that system just made it easy for us to create because like it's not like we've had to put like 20 pass moves together. It was literally one pass from right to the center of the pitch, and that was literally it. Or the Marina ball was one ball at the top. So I think I don't know.
So it wasn't though. So that I can't just let you say that, bro, because it wasn't. Because like that Moreno pass when he passed it to Trossard for the first goal, you man, I remember it clearly, bro. Because even Gary Neville talked about it. You played it through the midfield, and then Saka and Timber done like a quick interchange down the right,
Hmm,
and then they came inside to Marino, and then everybody had pushed down to like the left wing back area, and then that gap that you're saying between the centre back and the left centre back was
yeah,
there, and then he played it through. It wasn't just one pass that went straight through the
I
middle.
agree, but then
You
it's
get
like that same gap was there the whole game.
yeah, because you man played it well. That's what I'm trying to
Like
say.
your back line, someone's got to go in there. Romero is your captain. Someone's got to communicate, say, hey, look, we need someone in the middle. Or if we're going off the left, you need to shift across. Any defense knows that. Like if you're covering the left hand side,
You're
there's a
oversimplifying it though. You're oversimplifying it. You're oversimplifying it to a point where, like, if you're on the pitch and you do that, Van der Ven and the Dogi have just got skinned by um, Timber and Saka by their 1-2. Yeah. And then let's say you're Romero, the centre back. You're coming across the cover, but Timber's just got the ball and he's passed it back to Marino. So now he's having to go out and sprint and cover Marino. And then also Marino's played a good ball in behind.
shouldn't should
That's just a good move by
no, but
Arsenal.
then
And then man can't do it.
shouldn't Danso and Shed Spence be coming across then to fill that space? If you watch
From
any
where? From right wing back, bro. It's on the other side of the pitch. That's my
yeah, but
point, bro.
even Danso, you got three centre backs, he should be coming across.
Nah, bro.
If you
Then
watch
then
any
then
good
they'll
back
just be
four,
wide
they
open
know
up
the
there.
spaces in between each other. They don't leave big gaps. It's too easy for Prem teams. This is what I'm saying.
But
Like
that
the
I
system.
agree, bro. I agree that because it's a system that doesn't work. I agree. We haven't got to talk about any other teams, but yeah, bro, it's true. I agree. Their system was shit, bro. Like you got it completely wrong.
And I'll move on to hot or not. I'll start with you, Manny. Hot or not for the Chelsea Burnley game.
Oh, no, I can't really give a nod to anyone, to be honest. I don't think anyone really played that bad. Um, Trying to think. I mean, just trying to go through the team. I think the centre backs played really that bad. They didn't really do anything bad. Full backs, midfielders had a good game. I think I'll leave not because I think it'd be a bit harsh to give it to anyone. Hot, I'll probably give it Andre Santos. His complete midfielder's performance, and if he plays like that, I don't think I can't really have him and Caicedo in the pivot, but bro, we're gonna have some crazy options next season. Him, Adam Wharton, Caicedo, it's gonna be scary next season.
Sign him Adam Morton, yeah. Exclusive on.
I didn't see that transfer go through the humour.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Just saying, bro. You never know. Transfer rumors are real. I'll give it Andre Santos. So he was top.
Yeah, I think he can potentially. I don't know. I think he can play further forward as well in that 10 if you got Cole Palmer injured sometimes as well. Because I think when he's at Strasbourg, he scored a lot of goals, didn't he?
Our midfield's so crazy.
Yeah, he's a leader as well. Isn't he? I think he's their captain. He's only there on loan, so um,
Yeah.
good prospect for the future. Sam, I'll move on to you for hot or not.
I think it'll be easier to give it to Eze because he's got an hat-trick in it. But he was obviously the best player. But I want to give a special mention to Timber. That guy was good, man. He literally you can't get the ball off this guy. It's like it's so silky, even in tight spaces. Contributing as well towards the attack. I thought it was everywhere. But yeah, I'll give it to Timber. Not you can't really give it to anyone in the Arsenal team. Hot, but not maybe I'll say Thomas Frank because I thought
Bro, this
this
is
game.
Arsenal only. This is nothing to
No,
do
no,
with
no. I
Spurs,
have to,
bro.
but I can't
I
give
know
Tottenham
I
it.
a
Why?
changed
point,
the
bro.
Why?
rules.
No,
Why?
I can't give
Ryan,
it Tottenham
telling the
a
rules of the show, bro.
what
To be
Arsenal players
fair,
can I
it
give it
is
to?
meant to be related to
But
the
nah,
team.
honestly, yeah, I've got to give it to Thomas Frank because North London derby,
Nah, look,
that's
okay,
the
I'm gonna.
worst. No, that's the worst and probably the easiest North London derby any team has won. Like he just like from minute one he just camped out defending, packing the boss. To have not points 7 XG in the North London derby, nah, that's poor. So yeah, that's I'm gonna have to give it to Thomas Frank.
Um, yeah, I think my heart. Yeah, I think I've got to give it to Eze. I agree what you're saying. I think Timber got assist as well. Um, Obviously played really well linking up with Saka. But yeah, I think I've got to give it to Eze. I think it was kind of written as well. Just for the fact that like Thomas Frank said who's Eze and then he popped up with a hat trick. I think it's just a rated performance. And I think it was one of those ones where like it's almost like a story performance in the way that like obviously he was desperate to come back and he does that in his first Northumberland derby. Obviously, it was Tottenham trying to sign him in the summer as well. So yeah,
Let it work out, yeah.
so yeah. My cousin was singing that after we won, to be fair, but um, yeah, not. I think yeah, it's difficult for Arsenal players. To be fair, I want to shout out Nkapie as well. I think he played really well in his first start. I know to be fair, defensively didn't have too much to do, but I think he won all his duels. He was pretty good, pressed on the front foot, not comfortable in possession as well. So I think hopefully he proves out to be another good signing. With us missing Gabriel at the back. But yeah, I think not. I'm not going to give it to anyone, but if I was being really harsh, I could probably give it to Zubimendi for losing the ball for Richarlison's goal, but I think that'd be too harsh to do. Um, but to be fair, 3 of the 5 goals we've conceded this season, the 3 of them have been his. Well, I say his errors, but he's given away 2 of the free kicks that we've conceded from. And then,
Six.
hmm?
You conceded six,
I'll
not
be
five.
reading now, but like in the league now, is that still 6?
Still six, bro.
Yeah, we consider 6 in the league. He
Yeah,
knows it's coming for that record, isn't it?
3 of the 6.
What?
Yeah, no,
Just
to
six.
be fair, I don't
He knows
think
the
I don't think
record,
we'll
bro.
get I don't think we'll beat that record in all fairness.
That was one thing I was gutted about that goal because I actually wanted
Yeah,
us to get the
you know what, it's
record, didn't it?
frustrating. Like every time we concede a goal, it's like you
Yeah, which is I don't even want to consider the goal, bro.
because I'm not even used to conceding shots on target. But um, yeah, I'll move on to Nick. You for your hot or not?
I'm not gonna. Obviously, you might just think I do. It's Thomas Frank in it, but I've already said how I feel about Thomas Frank. But nah, bro, it's Thomas Frank. Honestly, I'm never trying to be funny, bro. I'm not never trying to be funny. I was thinking about all the players I could do it, yeah, and I could give it to. It's right, Thomas Frank, bro. Like Ryan, bro, these are not bad players, you know. Like,
Yeah,
no, so they're not great. Some of them are not great anyway, but these are not bad players, man. Even like, I'm getting mad thinking about it again, you know, because even man like Bergval, for example, to
yeah,
start the season when he was doing well. Where's my man been for the past 4 weeks, bro? I ain't seen him in a minute, bro. I ain't seen him in time. I ain't seen my man play, bro. Like, and
to be
it's just
fair,
the same old boring
playing
ass
a
players.
yeah, with you playing a back five and having like a Paulinho or Bentancur in there, you could probably afford to play him as well. To be fair, because you still got what like six defensive minded players on the pitch.
Tell that to my man. He's definitely the not, bro. That fucking Thomas Frank, bro. Yeah, it's a bad game for me. I'm not like Thomas Frank out and that. That's a bit mad. But even fans that are saying all of that, that's a bit mad. You can't just switch up that quick, bro. You have to back the player. You play your coach X, Y, Z. But yeah, well, we've spent 40 minutes talking about Thomas Frank and what I think of him, so I'll allow it. Um, the Hart, he had a nobody really. I think you know what we talked about him a bit. Paulinho actually had a good game, I think, for what like be combative, battle in midfield, do what you can, X, Y, Z. You done okay, but I'll give it to Charleston because fairs. That goal was that goal was fairs, bro. It was just a sick finish. It was just a good goal. Um, so yeah, but that's it really. I mean, none of them man really deserve it because yeah, it was just a disgusting performance. But yeah,
Yeah, I think Richarlison's the one for the bangers, you know. I feel like whenever he scores, it's always like a sick goal. Like he's either popping up with like an overhead kick or he's chipping it in from like 35 yards. So fair play to
mm,
him. I'll move on to the last segment of the show. I just want to talk about Liverpool. I think that's now what, 6 losses in the last 7 Prem games. I think they're on 15 points after 5 games, and they're only on 18 now after 12. So obviously the form's been, well, relegation form really. How long do you think Slot will have in the job if they continue like this, or what are they 11th in the league now? If they have a mediocre season like that,
Bro, I've got to start this off. All I'm gonna say is, bro, if they go to West Ham and lose, bro, it's gonna get dark. That's all I'm saying. You man can, because West Ham, bro, going away to West Ham the way they've been playing, if they lose to them, bro, it's gonna get dark,
yeah, I know they've been bad, but surely they've got to beat West Ham.
bro. The way they've been playing, I don't know, bro.
It's just I don't understand how. I know, like, I don't understand how
I don't get it either, right, bro? I don't understand it.
bro, I
It
don't
makes
understand how they
no
beat
sense,
Madrid playing the way they're playing though, because Real Madrid, I know they only won 1-0, but they were peppering them, to be fair.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah, I got to, that was what I was going to come on to be fair, because I think even when we played them, what we beat them, what, like 5-1 in aggregate. To be fair, I think they might. I feel like they're not really a team. They're like a collection of stars, and I think they've just got enough like firepower where Mbappe or a Vinny or someone can bail them out of jail, Bellingham, whoever it is. I don't think
Bro,
that good.
did you watch that game when Liverpool play Madrid?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Liverpool peppered him, bro.
Bro, every time Madrid got the ball, like they didn't know what they were like. It's like all that attacking talent, and they didn't even know how to attack. I was so confused.
Yeah, I think they're missing Modric and Kroos in the middle, you know, because they're the architects of everything. Like, obviously,
Putting it,
I don't like the balance of their midfield. Like, what with like Bellingham, Tchouaméni, like none of the players in the midfield are like creative players, other than like Arda Güler. I know Xabi Alonso likes him a lot, but a lot of the time he's playing out wide on the right as well, and like he's dropped Rodrigo, but. I don't know. I feel like they've got quality players in there, but I don't think they've got like
nah, no. Just a quick word on Mo Salah. Like, I think a lot of people need to chat about this guy because I think he's finally being exposed for the guy he is. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a Prem all-time great, and obviously it's not all on Salah in it because he's, you get me, like, not there's a lot of players that are underperforming, but bro, it's finally coming to fruition the fact that when he plays bad and don't get a goal, how bad he actually is. Because last season there was so many times when he used to just have a rubbish game and he used to just scam a goal or assist, and then his whole performance would be forgotten. But now they ain't winning games and he ain't scamming GA every game. It's really starting to show how bad his performances are.
yeah, I think it's kind of telling what Jamie Carragher is saying today as well about him saying that like they've been losing and Van Dijk's the captain, so he's been like standing up and talking to the media. But like Salah's suddenly all of a sudden gone quiet, but he was talking last season when he wanted a new contract or he was getting man of the match or whatever. So I think like Jamie Carragher is kind of calling on him to step up as a Liverpool legend, as he described him, to like take a bit of accountability being one of the star players as well. But I don't know, I just don't understand. Like I get they've got new signings and they're all gonna have to try and gel together and it needs a bit of time, but they spent what, nearly $500 million in the summer, like, and it's a team that's won the league. So yeah, I have no clue why they're playing as badly as they are. But
What do you think, Sam?
You know, I just feel like Liverpool have got to buy the what like I get they want to buy big players, stars, but like they need to go for a real build. Like, and when you need to rebuild, I don't think spending like 120 million on one player and then 120 million on another player is not the right way to go by. Like everyone knew that they needed some reinforcement defensively. Like they should have got Gay. That should have been boxed off. Like that's part of the problem. Like look at how good Arsenal's doing. The reason why we're doing so well is because we've got squad and depth. Whereas Liverpool, I don't think they've got the balance right. I feel like they've just gone for like stars and they've not really addressed like the full balance of the team.
Yeah, I kind of agree what you're saying because they obviously lost, tragically, obviously, Jota passed away. They lost Nunez, they lost Diaz, but I feel like they could have done bringing in a proper winger to replace it. I don't think they really did that because they've left themselves now with what Gakpo on the left. And I think he's a quality player and you pop up with your goal, but I don't think he's like a out and out winger that's going to hug the touchline and put crosses in. And when you got someone like Salah on the right who's cutting in as well, I don't know if the balance is quite right there. And I think again, like they've got a Barishman Richards up front with Ekatike and Isak, but then like, did they really need to spend 125 million when they've already bought a striker in for 80? Like, could they have not like built around Ekatike, made him the man, or bought one of Isak in? Because long term, I don't think them two players are going to be happy with one of them sitting on the bench. So yeah, I suppose they're good problems to have, but the problems I think Slot's got to solve, and I think um, fullback as well, I think it's a massive issue for them as well. I don't think Kirkez and Frimpong have quite worked out for him. So I think they're both brilliant going forward, but defensively, I don't think they're the strongest. And having to call on Robertson, I think he's like past his best as well. I actually think Conor Bradley's the right player. On his day, I think he's quite a good fullback, but I think yeah, defensively just look too exposed. I still feel like they need a six. They need like a proper DM, like a midfield destroyer rather than because I feel like with Gravenberch and McAllister, they're both very good on the ball. Like Gravenberch is great on the half turn, starting attacks, etc. But I don't think he's known for his defensive ability. And the only one who's really like a proper DM they've got is like Hendo, and I don't think he's good enough. Especially for a team that probably wants to go challenge for titles and Champions League, etc. So um, I think with Slot, because he's won the league, I think they'll give him this season and maybe the start of next season. But I think if things don't improve, I think start of next season he'll go.
Nah, I don't know, bro. I think if this form continues, like they've got PSV midweek and then they've got West Ham on the weekend. If they lose both of them games, I think he's in real trouble.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to be starting asking questions. You can't be Liverpool and losing. What would that be like?
Eight,
Nine
eight out of
out
nine.
or something? 9 games out of 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not. You know.
Yeah, no, it's bad to be fair. I just think logically, I don't think they'll continue on this run. I don't think they'll be that bad. They may not
Well,
be game after
that's a
game.
Real Madrid game.
Surely they'll get a few draws or something, bro. Like it's getting
I
dark.
I don't see it. I don't see it continuing. I think they they're too good of a team for it to continue this way. Yeah, if they might do what City did last season, where they started
Bro.
really badly and then they just stabilized, I feel like that's what Liverpool will do the same thing this season. Don't think it'll get that bad.
But what do you base that off?
Just like because they won the league last season. They've not just gone
Yeah,
bad overnight. They can't. There's no way that Liverpool team can finish 10th in the league this season.
why
Like
not?
I just don't see it.
That's what people were saying about United last season and Tottenham.
Yeah, fair.
But Liverpool won the league last season,
No,
and
I
I
get what you're
feel
saying.
like they bought some top players. They just need a bit of time to gel.
I don't hear that, man. I think that team's got a lot of problems, bro. And I think a lot of players are out of form, and slots tactics don't seem to be working anymore. And I feel like confidence is low. I feel like if they go to West Ham and they don't get a win, I think it's I don't know, man. I mean,
You think if they lose that game, it'll be hard for them to come back from that.
not even that it'll be hard to come back, but I think the manager's going to be under like mad pressure. Like people are already saying he should get sacked. Like, I feel like if he loses that, if it's all dependent on performance. If they lose and the performance is poor, then bro, I think people are going to be starting asking real questions. So I don't know.
How do you think they solve it? Because I think in Wickham they could almost reset and go with the personnel from last season and play Bradley, Robertson, go Kanate, Van Dijk, and then that same midfield three with Szoboszlai in the 10, McAllister, Gravenberch, and then they're probably obviously going to have to play one of Ekatike or Isak up front. Maybe just go Gakpo, Salah, and just see how it goes. Because I don't think Wirtz is working as well. To be honest, I think they've tried to play him out wide, tried to play him in the 10. I just think when they play him in the 10, they look too open. He's a quality player, obviously. I'm not denying that, but yeah, I don't really know where he fits into the team either. I think a lot of their signings looked amazing on the paper. Like in the summer, I thought, yeah, they're favourites to win the league, and obviously they won the first 5 games. Obviously, I think most of the games they won like it was fine margins. They won by 1 goal. I think it was only the opening game of the season where they won by 2. So um, I don't know. I think they'll give him time because it's Liverpool. I don't think they're a type of club that sack the manager like willy nilly. But I think the fact he's won the league give him credit in the bank. But yeah, I think if they keep losing games the man they are, then they probably won't last to the end of the season. But I think if they kind of get to some sort of normality and that they get a few draws, few wins here and there, I reckon they'll have to the end of the season. They'll probably give him start next year. But Nick, how long do you think they'll give him?
Definitely till the end of the season, innit? So within the Premier League, you can't just look over it, innit? You can't just gloss over it. It's not like have you got top four or something like that? And then also the investment that they've made in the summer, they spent what half a billion. So and those are enough on players that he signed off on. So and Liverpool have never really been that team to be like a Chelsea who are super trigger happy, you know? That they'll let it ride, whether good or bad. I think it was Samuel was saying that you don't see these ones finishing 10th. I've seen plenty of teams finish like in bad positions. I've seen Chelsea win
Yeah,
the league and then the next season they'll follow up 16th, whatever they finished.
Ma-
Um, Seen Liverpool as well back in the Roy Hodgson days. Yeah, they weren't winning leagues, but they were in top four and then they'll finish like mad like mid-table. Again, Spurs, we basically done that. We finished fifth and then we came 17th last year. Like it happens, innit? Like the Premier League's unforgiven, man. Like you can be on a bad trot, and then you lose to a team like Nottingham Forest. 2 games later, you've got City, or obviously they won't have City because they just played them. But I'm just saying you're gonna have a dark fixture in it. You're gonna have a hard game that you probably lose when you're on good form. So the Premier League's unrelenting, man. And once you get in this type of form, one of this type of like rut, it's just hard to get yourself out of it, especially when teams like above you are winning as well. So I probably won't say 10th, but I can absolutely see like this patch costing Liverpool a top four place. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with it. I think Liverpool, like, only thing I think they've got that might be saving grace is they've got a few leaders. Like I thought they probably would have rested this slip by now. Like whether it's Van Dijk or Alisson, a lot of these players they've won everything. Salah, like they've got to arrest that slip, but it's not happened yet. For their sake, hopefully, it happens soon. But on that, I'll end this week's show. As always, North London is red. Please like, subscribe.
This guy.
No,
All right, cool. All
yeah,
right, safe. We'll be there for the next Arsenal loss.
We lose again.